Hello everybody and welcome to Plant Amateur. I'm Tara Gaines. Thank you so much for joining me today. This plant I have named Jane Dose because there's another plant in my collection called Jane Doe. This is Jane Dose as in the second one because I don't know what they were, but now I think I do. A Kohleria Amabilis. It is fuzzy everywhere and it started flowering for me. It is so pretty and so cute. Can you see how fuzzy it is just everywhere? It has also re-rooted itself. Can you see that? And on two sides, it has re-rooted itself. And all of those roots, oh my God, it is just living in sphagnum moss. The research I've done on this plant says that it grows about a foot tall. It could be more or less. I feel right now I've got maybe a little bit more than a foot. I'm not pulling out a tape measure. At a most recent plant meeting that I go to with my club, I received this other Kohleria Amabilis. Also, if I'm wrong, please tell me because it just helps me take better care of these plants. This is a top cut from one of my pals' plants, and I've been rooting it in water for a little bit, and now we have roots, so now it's time to do something. I'm half tempted just to stick him in this because then he is in one place and I don't have to have another pot somewhere. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let me get the tools and let's do it. Tools gotten. I'm just gonna use my little sticky pokey, technical name unknown. Anybody else know what this is called? And all I'm gonna do is make a little hole, maybe a little bit bigger of a hole. I'm gonna flip it around and use the fat side. There's so many roots in here with this Kohleria that I'm not too worried about making a little bit of damage. Fingers crossed, but I'm just gonna pop them right there. Contact with the sphagnum moss and we'll just see what happens. I'm hoping there's enough space in here for both of them to live and survive and thrive together. But let's see what happens, shall we? Let's go into the future. Hello everybody, welcome back. Kohleria Amabilis. The cutting took and it is now growing happily in this pot. But I am overly concerned with the amount of roots that are in this pot. So, vase, it's not a pot, a vase. And I want to propagate it again. Mission is, get this out of here, which is going to be difficult because of this concave shape. This was not my best moment. Put it in something new with a little bit more moss, let it acclimate to that, and then propagate it. That sounds like a good plan. Are we ready? Let's go. All right, I'm really nervous about this. There's so much going on in here. Either that's the old one, I hope it's the old one, because there's new shoots already coming off again. I'm gonna try to peel it away from the side. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Hello, new leaves. Maybe it'll let me. Let's just try. Oh my God, I can feel it breaking. You watch. You watch, I'll get this. Oh, but you're still connected. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm just learning a little bit about this plant and how it grows. It looks like, oh my God, there's another, oh my gosh. There's another one coming right there. Oh my God, there's so much going on in here. It sends out these little runners. You can see them, they're the kind of scalloped or segmented looking pieces. So it'll send out these little runners and those runners grow into new plants. See, there's that little runner there. It grew its own roots and it'll send it from well far down in the plant. Look at that, or in the vase. See that? That's one that's growing from somewhere else along the stem. There's one that's growing a little flower already. How cute is that? We want to finish this task. I feel like I did a very bad thing by putting it in this vessel. When it was growing and it was being so happy, I was like, yes, yes, yes. think I might have messed up. Come on, you can get it. Yes. Oh, decent. So it'll fit perfectly in there. I just got to fill it up with some moss for this side. And then also what I think I'm going to do, I don't have any scissors nearby. So I'm going to cut off these new little plantlets because they are so ready. I'll just cut them from way back there. All right, I'm really glad that this vessel, by the way, has straight sides. There's no rim. It'll be so much easier to get out. What was I doing? All right, I've been soaking this moss all day. Just gonna loosely fill it. It doesn't need to be taut. All I'm doing is just filling up the moss. I'm trying to work it around the open spaces on the original piece. And I'm trying to make sure that there's enough in here so it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Are you not gonna go over there now? You're just gonna be a little butt. There. I've lost my train of thought. Sorry. And I did not mix up enough moss, so I need to go and make some more. I know what you're thinking, because I just had this same thought too. How ridiculous is this woman putting 2 more of these plants in a vase that's only twice as big as the one she just took them out of? It'll be fine. Doesn't matter. They got plenty of time to strengthen them little cells. They got plenty of time to strengthen them little selves. They have plenty of time to strengthen their little selves up. Oh, this is gonna be so cute with so many little plants. With so many little plants and so many little flowers. I'm so excited. Even if I have to wait a whole year, this will be so worth the wait. All right, let's clean her up. All right, everybody. She's been potted up. She's so freaking cute. I love these fuzzy little leaves. Jane Doe is finished. So I think it's safe to say that she has survived the transplant into the bigger container and into moss. But now it's time for another test for the Kohleria Amabilis, which is, I took a cutting and unfortunately I let it dry out a little bit. So these leaves don't look very nice, but it is absolutely rooting. Can you see those? I hope so. And then it's also growing new things on the top. So what I want to do is a little test. I want to see if this plant will survive in dirt. And, you know, as of course, we all generally know that it will, right? It's gonna, because plants grow in soil all the time. But what I don't know is that if it'll make the transition here. So I made this top cut and then she started sprouting all over. So another reason for this test is because I've made her top heavy and now I need to do a lot of propagation to sort out this mess. And I'm trying to get away from things sitting in moss. I'm actually trying to move things more towards Leca. Actually, now that I said that out loud, I think it's a better idea to take some props and put them in Leca and see what happens. So maybe we'll do that with this. Let's see what happens. I got a couple of little setups going for this because I want to do one for the gal who's already pretty established. I want to see how she likes Leca, how she survives, how she dies. Because, you know, I don't know. So I want to see how she does. Since she's already rooted, I think this is going to be a pretty easy transition. And I've had really minimal fuss with this plant. She's been so easy. And now that I've potted her up, She's gonna be too alone in there. She needs more friends. Because she rooted in just water, I don't think these other ones are gonna have too much of a fuss. Also rooting in Leca. I have enough plant that I can see if I can't make this work anyway. But this plant is so cute. She has the cutest little flowers. I think I wouldn't mind having a kind of a real bushy specimen. So as this one grows out, I'll be sure to top it so it bushes. So instead of 2 setups, we just made the one. I'm gonna pour some water in this so you can see. This Leca, oh my God. I used the one that had holes. Amateur. I think I'll propagate her and gift her out. I have a couple of friends that need some housewarming gifts. But so this is gonna sit for a minute and I'll drain it out later and then put in a little bit of water, a regular Leca setup. I'm just gonna let that Leca soak in for a little bit. This won't look like this. I'm not gonna show you the demolishing of this specimen, but let's see how they look in a couple of months. Welcome back, everyone. We have some good news and we have some bad news, as is pretty typical, I think, in plant ownership. But we're just gonna be serious, okay? And we're just gonna move right along. This plant, after all the propagations, did not do very well. So we are gonna be propagating. I'm sorry, I'll show you that in a second. We are gonna be propagating what remains in here today, and we're gonna be putting it in water, just water, so it can begin a new life. And then these ones that are in Leca did just fine. However, their little stringy roots, I don't think are gonna be suitable to stay in Leca. And then I also found 2 more propagations just about in the collection. I found these 2 in my Tradescantia propagations, and then I found this one in a Hoya propagation. So I don't know what's going on anymore, but we're just gonna put all of these into some soil and let them live out their best life. And then for this, we're gonna propagate it and put it in water. But now I gotta show you something kind of exciting. So this little guy is another one of the little fuzzy leaf brilliances that we have grown to love over the year. Look at that. Look, oh, sorry, wrong leaf. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. How freaking cute is that? Now this is why I like growing these, because they have the cutest and sweetest little flowers. I am very sad that I missed the prime of this, because I bet that was a really cute little flower. And it's purple. I love purple. Anybody else love purple out there? It gives me flowers. Let's make a mess. Not sure if I clapped already. Let's get everybody together, shall we? So I'm gonna take these propagations and get them into soil so they can start living their best life. Oh, that was relatively painless. I'm kind of surprised. I'm trying not to be so rough because the roots on these guys are really quite fine and thin. So I don't want to be breaking up too much stuff. But oh, there we go. There's one. Oh, these ones are stuck together pretty good. Oh, they're really stuck together. Okay, so we're just going to leave them together. I got a bunch of dirt all over this. Systemic granules for the plants and soil. All right, let's prop her up. This guy we might be able to make something happen with. So I cut off that top and now I got 2 more propagations ready to sit in some water. I think I'm gonna add this guy to it. I can see some new growth happening, and there is a root there. I think this guy might have to stay with the Tradescantias. Okay, and then in here, now I'm gonna try really hard to save her because I do like her a lot. But this whole thing, I've learned that squares aren't my thing, but circles are my thing. That just sounds so funny when you say it out loud. I'm just looking through real quick to make sure there wasn't any more runners. Like that. There's a runner. There's a runner. You see some blacking, or maybe that's the soil that was on the mat. I'm not sure. The moss is a couple of different colors, so it's in, oh, here's a runner. It's in various stages of decay and process, you know, as it does. What roots are this, guys? Which ones belong to you? I have this entire mess. I'm getting away from moss. I don't want to do moss things really anymore. So I'm trying to use different stuff. So I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be really attached to this little flower, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to chop it here. Give me these two big leaves off. And then we have something that we can work with. Prop 1, success. Since I don't know whose is what, and we want to keep that runner, let's just do that. Put you in here for the time being. Let that runner grow out, and then maybe we'll get 2 props out of this. Let me clean up this mess. All cleaned up and ready to be put back on the shelves. So we have the regular Kohleria Amabilis bogotensis here. We have her here sitting in soil. I put some rocks on the bottom to help the water get away. We got some more propagations here that I'm hoping to be adding to either here or here in the future. And then we have this bottom cut of what I don't know. I don't know what this plant is at all, right? Okay, I have no idea. But I do know that it has really cute little purple flowers that I'm very excited to see again. We just left it in moss. I'm hoping that this was a good decision. Again, I am not sure. We are gonna learn. But we have a prop too. So we have insurance. Let's see what happens. Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to apologize. Let me come in. I want to apologize because I haven't filmed in so long that Kohleria Amabilis has been propagated twice since I posted, and I have gotten my big beautiful bush, and I've gotten all my little flowers in my big fuzzy little bush. It's been beautiful, and I have more little plants to make more fuzzy little bushes. And dirt was the right answer. I'm gonna end this video now. I clearly love this plant so much that I just keep extending this video, and it's time to just stop it. Kohleria Amabilis, the cutest, fuzziest, most little plant with the cutest little flowers, is signing off. Until we do something big, or maybe I'll start the next video with her as a big, beautiful bush. We'll just see what happens. You've been watching Plant Amateur. I'm Tara Gaines. Thank you so much for joining us today, and enjoy yourself. Amabilis. Amabilis. Oh boy. I think somebody might be going a little quick. And it, there we go. That's prettier.